Whoa. Hey, and welcome back to the farm. My name is Raphael, and last year I bought a CNC plasma table, which is this amazing fast cut CNC here. And I need to make some modifications to it, primarily because I plan on building a bunch of things out of round tubing, and the machine itself cannot cut round tubing. So I went on and looked at the control cabinet, and it seems like it's easy enough to patch this in. And by easy enough, I mean it's a small project. So I ordered a bunch of things from Automation Direct. Specifically, I have, drum rolls, specifically I bought a Lichine DM556E, which is the same model that is actually in the control cabinet for the other 3-axis. I checked the CNC controller that is in the control cabinet. That's a CS Lab IP/A, I think, which can support up to 4 axes, but only 3 axes are in use. So I have a small pre-wired cable that I can hook up. I bought the connectors that are required to weld on the board, or solder actually. I'm really lucky because the board itself is designed for 4 axes. I just think that Fastcut never got around to actually change the table. Anyway, so this thing here is everything that I need to patch the control cabinet up. And then I have another box here from Vivo, which is a small milling head. Let me get that out. So there we go. Very simple setup. Nema 23 motor, I believe, that just can rotate this chuck here. I think that's how it's called. Right. This is actually big enough than what I need. It can hold up to 12 centimeters. And once this is wired up, and I know that the 4th axis is working, what I need to do is I will need to install a shim here to get this head up slightly, because otherwise I can't have the chuck rotating back there. And well, once that is done, I can basically cut 8 feet long round tubes, which is going to be, at least to me, very, very exciting, because it's the one thing I'm missing here. Let's take a quick look at the control cabinet itself. So what we have here is, up there is the CS Lab item, and you can see here that there's a 4th axis which isn't connected to anything. And when you take a look at the wiring, actually what they've done is here that they use 2 drivers, but what I think they've done is they just wired them with the same control signals. I mean, at least judging by this. So this, I think, is the x-axis, and then this one here is the y-axis, and this is the z-axis. And also you can see behind here there's actually holes to mount the control to, which means to me I have to get this board out, which I think is fairly straightforward, just disconnecting those I forgot the series anyways. I just need to disconnect those headers, get the screws out, and then I should be able to pull this off. And then I can take this inside, weld on the A-axis, or solder on the A-axis, and then I can install this again. And I think this should be fairly straightforward to wire. And then up here you can see there's even a cutout to get the rotary axis out. So I don't have a nice connector like the ones which are down here, but once I know that my wiring works, I'll buy one, and that should be very straightforward to install too. You can see that there are just a couple of holes that need to be drilled. Anyway, so that is the plan. So I took 10 minutes to quickly solder this on, and now you can see that there's a new connector. I did a continuity test to check which pins this connect to, and I got those, I think, mini, junior, whatever, 4.2 millimeter connectors, and this should fit right on there. And voila, as if it always was that way. Now I can take a look at the schematic to find out what those pins they actually correspond to. And then I should be able to throw together one of the wires and connect them to the lead shine DM556E. So let me wire up the power connectors here the same way as it's done in there. They don't need to be very long because I can directly connect them to the power supply. So I just go with, length of the hand. The nice thing about the power supplies is they usually come with a couple of empty slots. There we go. All right. So one side gets these. I think that should fit fine. So that should be enough to power the unit, and then obviously I want to get the enable items to be hooked up to the other motors, and then the dir and step. I'm going to do the same thing as the fast cut guys did. I'm going to use an Ethernet cable. In this case I'm going to use a Cat 8 cable, so it's double insulator to just get no noise. Connector is off. I have 4 pairs in here, so I'll open this up a bit, and then I can, get an enable bit and a dir bit and all these things set up. So 4 pairs, and now I'm going to open them up, strip them, and I'll actually just connect them here, and then we can go from there. Right, give it a test run. I'm just going to change the settings here. Let's do this one more time. So, this is my proof of concept, modding, at least electrically, the fast cut CNC table to allow me to do some pipe cutting. So let me show you what's in there. So this is a trusty Vivo lathe, which I just hooked up here. I welded up a new connector up there, did some continuity testing to get the right connections for the A-axis. Then I added a new DM556E in here and just hooked it up. And as you can see, this is working. Now obviously this isn't done yet because the chuck doesn't fit below the gantry. So as a next step, but that will be in a separate video, I will actually get myself some extruded aluminum and then just get this up maybe 2 to 4 inches. And this should be high enough that the plasma cutter can still cut. But this way I can mount this chuck back here, and then I can have 8 feet long pipe segments that I can cut. So to me this looks like I'll be able to make it work. So stay tuned for the next part.